The psychology of FOMO in trading, how fear of missing out destroys traders and how to beat it. Introduction. The financial markets are a battlefield of emotions, where fear and greed dictate decisions more often than logic and discipline. Among the psychological traps that ensnare traders, fear of missing out, FOMO, stands as one of the most destructive. It compels even the most rational individuals to abandon their strategies, chase unsustainable price movements, and ultimately suffer devastating losses. FOMO is not just a trading problem, it's a human problem. It stems from our deep-seated fear of regret, the gnawing anxiety that others are profiting while we are left behind. In today's hyper-connected world, where social media amplifies every market surge and headlines scream about once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, the pressure to act impulsively is stronger than ever. But the harsh truth is this: FOMO is not a strategy, it's a trap. This book is a deep dive into the psychology, history, and mechanics of FOMO in trading. We will dissect how it has fueled market bubbles, corrupted decision-making, and ruined countless trading accounts. More importantly, we will arm you with proven strategies used by professional traders to resist FOMO, build discipline, and turn emotional weaknesses into strengths. Whether you trade stocks, cryptocurrencies, or Forex, the principles in this book will help you detach from herd mentality, stick to your plan, and make decisions based on analysis, not anxiety. The journey to overcoming FOMO begins with understanding it. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding FOMO, the silent killer in trading. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is one of the most destructive psychological forces in trading. It compels traders to abandon their strategies, chase market movements, and make impulsive decisions that often lead to significant losses. At its core, FOMO is driven by the innate human fear of regret, the paralyzing thought that others are profiting while you are left behind. The financial markets are a breeding ground for FOMO. When prices surge rapidly, social media amplifies the hype, and peers flaunt their gains. The pressure to act becomes overwhelming. Traders who succumb to FOMO often buy at the peak of a rally, only to watch the market reverse and erase their capital. Understanding this psychological trap is the first step toward overcoming it. FOMO is not just about greed. It is deeply tied to emotional validation. The modern trader is bombarded with real-time updates, influencer endorsements, and sensationalized news headlines, all of which feed the illusion that immediate action is necessary. However, successful trading requires patience, discipline, and the ability to ignore noise. This chapter explores the neuroscience behind FOMO, why it triggers irrational behavior, and how top traders train themselves to resist it. Chapter 2. The historical impact of FOMO, market bubbles and crashes. Throughout financial history, FOMO has fueled some of the most infamous market bubbles. From the Dutch tulip mania of the 17th century to the dot-com bubble of the 1990s, the pattern repeats. A rapid price surge attracts speculative money, euphoria sets in, and late entrants suffer devastating losses. One of the most glaring modern examples is the Bitcoin boom of 2017. As prices skyrocketed, mainstream media coverage intensified, and retail investors poured in, fearing they would miss the digital gold rush. Yet those who bought at the peak saw their investments decline by over 80% in the following year. Similarly, the GameStop short squeeze of 2021 lured countless traders into buying at inflated prices, only for the stock to collapse shortly after. These events highlight a critical lesson. Markets move in cycles, and FOMO-driven buying often coincides with the final stages of a rally. By studying past bubbles, traders can recognize the warning signs: excessive leverage, unrealistic price targets, and widespread media frenzy, and avoid becoming the exit liquidity for smarter investors. Chapter 3. The Neuroscience of FOMO, Why Your Brain Betrays You. FOMO is not just a behavioral flaw, it is hardwired into human psychology. Neuroscientific research shows that financial decision-making is heavily influenced by the brain's limbic system, which processes emotions like fear and greed. When traders see others profiting, the brain releases dopamine, creating a sense of urgency to act. Additionally, the fear of regret activates the anterior cingulate cortex, a region associated with error detection. This means that the pain of missing out feels similar to making a mistake, pushing traders to take action even when logic advises against it. Social media exacerbates this effect by creating an illusion of consensus. When everyone appears to be buying, the brain interprets this as a signal of safety, even if the trade is fundamentally unsound. Understanding these mechanisms allows traders to develop counter-strategies. Techniques such as mindfulness, delayed decision-making, and predefined trading rules help override emotional impulses. By recognizing that FOMO is a biological response rather than rational analysis, traders can detach from the herd mentality and make more disciplined choices. Chapter 4. FOMO in different markets: stocks, crypto, and Forex. FOMO manifests differently across asset classes. In the stock market, it often appears during earnings season or short squeezes, where rapid price movements trigger panic buying. In cryptocurrency, where volatility is extreme, FOMO can lead traders to chase pumps in altcoins that later collapse. Forex traders, meanwhile, may succumb to FOMO during major news events like interest rate announcements. Each market requires specific defenses against FOMO. Stock traders must resist the urge to jump into trending tickers without proper due diligence. Crypto traders should avoid buying after parabolic rallies, as these are often followed by sharp corrections. Forex traders need to stick to their technical setups rather than reacting impulsively to breaking news. A key differentiator is liquidity. In highly liquid markets like Forex, exiting a FOMO trade is easier, whereas in low-cap crypto assets, slippage can magnify losses. Recognizing these nuances helps traders tailor their risk management strategies accordingly. Chapter 5. The role of social media and news in fueling FOMO. Social media has revolutionized trading, for better and worse. Platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok amplify FOMO by creating echo chambers where hype overrides rationality. A single viral post from an influencer can trigger massive buying pressure, even if the underlying asset lacks value. The GameStop saga demonstrated how online communities like Wall Street Bets could drive coordinated buying, forcing institutional short sellers to cover their positions. While some early participants profited, those who joined late suffered severe losses. Similarly, crypto pump-and-dump groups manipulate prices by spreading exaggerated claims, luring unsuspecting traders into buying before the inevitable crash. To combat this, traders must critically assess information sources. Reliable analysis should come from verified data, not social media trends. Setting strict filters on financial news consumption and avoiding impulsive reactions to viral content can prevent costly mistakes. Chapter 6. How professional traders avoid FOMO. Strategies from the experts. Professional traders rarely fall victim to FOMO because they rely on structured systems rather than emotions. Hedge funds and institutional investors use algorithms, predefined entry-exit points, and rigorous risk management to eliminate impulsive decisions. Retail traders can adopt similar principles by setting clear rules, define entry criteria, position sizing, and stop-loss levels before trading, waiting for retracements. Avoid chasing breakouts. Let the market pull back to a support level. Using limit orders. Prevent emotional market buys during volatile spikes. Ignoring noise. Turn off unnecessary alerts and focus on long-term strategies. One technique used by pros is the 24-hour rule, delaying any trade decision for a full day to ensure it aligns with their strategy rather than fleeting emotions. Another is maintaining a trading journal to review past FOMO mistakes and reinforce discipline. Chapter 7. Building a FOMO-Proof Trading Plan. A robust trading plan is the best defense against FOMO. This plan should include 1. Clear entry triggers. Only trade when specific technical or fundamental conditions are met. 2. Risk management rules. Never risk more than 1 to 2% of capital per trade. 3. Profit-taking levels. Define exit points in advance to avoid greed-driven holding. 4. Emotional checkpoints. Pause trading after losses to prevent revenge trading. Backtesting strategies against historical data helps traders identify whether their approach works or if it's vulnerable to FOMO-driven errors. Automation, e.g., using trading bots for execution, can also remove emotional bias. Chapter 8. Psychological Training. Rewiring your brain to resist FOMO. Cognitive behavioral techniques can help traders rewire their brains to resist FOMO. Practices like meditation, visualization, and mental rehearsal strengthen discipline. Traders should also practice loss acceptance, understanding that missing a trade is better than taking a bad one. Another powerful method is exposure therapy, deliberately watching profitable moves without acting, training the mind to detach from impulsive urges. Over time, this reduces the anxiety of missing out. Chapter 9. Case Studies. Traders who beat FOMO and those who didn't. Analyzing real-world examples reinforces lessons. One trader might have avoided the 2022 crypto crash by sticking to a dollar-cost averaging strategy, while another blew up their account chasing Luna's rise. These stories highlight the consequences of discipline versus impulsivity. Chapter 10. Mastering the Trader's Mindset, Beyond FOMO. The final chapter synthesizes all lessons into a holistic mindset. Trading success is not about catching every move. It's about consistency, patience, and emotional control. By internalizing these principles, traders can transform FOMO from a weakness into a signal. When they feel it, it's often a sign to step back, not rush in. Conclusion. Trading is not a race. It's a marathon. The fear of missing out tricks us into believing that every surge is the last opportunity, that hesitation means failure, and that profits belong only to those who act fastest. But as we've explored in this book, the opposite is true. The most successful traders are not the ones who chase every trend. They are the ones who wait, analyze, and strike only when the odds are in their favor. FOMO will always exist in the markets. The key to defeating it lies in self-awareness, preparation, and unshakable discipline. By studying historical bubbles, understanding the neuroscience behind impulsive decisions, and implementing structured trading plans, you can rewire your brain to resist emotional traps. Remember, the market will always offer another opportunity. The true skill is not in catching every move, but in knowing which moves to ignore. As you move forward, let this book serve as your guide, not just to avoid FOMO, but to transform the way you think about trading entirely. The final lesson is simple. Master your mind, and the markets will follow. Now, go trade with clarity, not fear.